I knew
That's
it.
right. Sonic
I
06
knew
is
you'd
back from the
return.
dead, baby.
You had to.
I'll talk about what happened
You
after the
again.
cutscenes, so enjoy
This
these.
time, there will be no more interruptions! The Iblis Trigger must die!
Sonic.
Ha!
So how was your little walk? Elise!
Ha! It's time to end this! Who? Nephilis! Why are you getting in my way?
I'm Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, I am absolutely being serious. I'm not being ironic here. This is completely serious, but the conclusion to that cutscene and that scene that we're gonna see in Silver and Shadow's story is probably the best part of the game.
Nowhere to go.
I would rather die than be your prisoner again.
So what are you going to do, Princess? Do you plan to jump?
Farewell. Sonic!
You won't get away that easily.
Okay, so as explained in the update video that I made, my computer just stopped working, which means I lost all the footage to Sonic 06 that I had recorded, which was everything. Sonic's story, Silver's story, Shadow's story, and the last story. Also, I had recorded the commentary for all of Sonic's story. That was all done. That computer is still not fixed, which means I had to re-record every single part. Well, I guess not every single part, just, you know, from the beginning of this video to the end of Sonic's part. I had to re-record all of that. Which also did let me do a couple things that I didn't get to show off other times, like this. This is the alternate way to fight the Egg Genesis, which is almost certainly not intended. This is, it has a hitbox on its, like, underside, because that's how you're supposed to fight it as Silver. And I assume they just didn't expect the players to... Because I used to think, like, it probably is intentional. You get the bounce bracelet not too long before this fight. But I think if it was intentional, the camera would focus on it. They definitely really want you to jump up onto its legs. So yeah. As of this point, I have not yet started to re-record Silver and Shadow's story. Yeah, that whole thing was just a bummer. I really did not enjoy not being able to finish this, because I was genuinely really excited to be doing this, because I just thought it was a fun little thing. You know, this game is very bad. I think I have some stuff to offer the game. I'm trying to look at it a little bit more positively. After this, I might not be able to, because now I'm like, oh cool, I had to play through Sonic's story twice. I had to play through the whole game twice, basically. But yeah, the Egg Genesis, I think, is actually a pretty good boss. It's probably one of the few bosses in this entire game that works as intended, and I've never really had an issue with it. And, you know, you can cheese it by, using the bounce bracelet and the homing attack. But, this whole portion of the game,
Too easy.
I would have to say, is probably pointless. No, not probably pointless, it is pointless. Because the end of the last level, which was Radical Train, we saved Princess Elise. And by the end of this video, Princess Elise will have gotten kidnapped again by Dr. Eggman, which means that we basically could have cut from the end of Radical Train to, I think,
Move back there.
Well,
probably
I was desperate
closer to the end of the
and,
game,
I just
and
had to
this is
get
all
away.
like padding.
I owe you a lot, Sonic. Sonic.
I'll head into the jungle.
Okay.
This level in particular, I think you absolutely 100% could have cut out of the game. I mean, it's not bad. I said before, I don't really mind the Elise levels. However, this is another one of those heartbreaking things where in the original footage I had, I got this level started off really great because you're supposed to get shot up into the air like this. I missed, for some reason the game didn't start me accelerating, and it sent me up and then sent me right back to like the beginning of where you're supposed to start the level. It was really weird. So yeah, this is a fine level. I think, yeah, you do come back. Do you come back here as, oh no, you don't technically come back here as Shadow, but basically each character has like a very different version of this level, which I think is interesting. You know, if all the characters are going to run through the exact same levels, at least they are vaguely different.
Hang on tight.
And I've been doing some reminiscing, and even though this is, you know, it's a bad game, we all know it, I don't think this game is worse than Shadow the Hedgehog. I think Shadow the Hedgehog is the absolute worst 3D Sonic game, and I think it's not even close. Because this game, because I can't praise this game, but I can just say why Shadow's bad. And it's just because this game you only have to play through 3 times. Shadow the Hedgehog, to get to the end of the game, you have to play through it 10 times. And that's just pretty miserable. And I think that is like the only reason that this is even somewhat better, in my opinion. Also, I feel like you can tell that they were trying in this game. Shadow just feels like... In a section like this, literally never touch the control stick until you're on the ground, because I can't tell you how many times I've like tried to adjust myself in air and I've just either flown off or completely missed that one up, so never ever. Even in a section like this, don't touch the control stick. Basically, anytime Sonic is automated, just don't touch it. Don't touch anything. Because you're risking either death or just being flung off of the path that you're on and hitting a wall or anything like that. So I got some weird stuff to happen in this level, I think. There's other weird stuff where I just got really confused by the level layout. Because I was trying to get to the top path here on these vines, and there's a lot of areas where you're supposed to jump off. And then I just kept trying to get on the vines. And yeah, this was weird. I couldn't quite figure out what to do here. And then yeah, this is another common thread, which is that I just kept getting sent backwards for some reason. There's another level coming up where I also use a rail that forces me to go backwards and ends up killing me. So I don't quite know what my deal was here. Because that's all you're supposed to do is just jump off that guy. And then, yeah, just screw it. I don't... And then this takes you back to the beginning of the level. I just don't get it. That's weird level design, in my opinion. Like, if you don't know what direction you're going, Sonic levels just shouldn't be this open. It should be a straight path with other branching higher or lower paths. It should never be like, oh, you're in a big open area that's like a circle. That just should not be allowed, in my opinion, anyway. So there we got that guy. Now we're going to transition to that rail. And then we're back at the beginning again. Why? What's the point? why did that rail exist just to take me back here? I really genuinely don't understand the point of that. So I think this is probably one of the weaker Sonic levels, just because the level design really is pretty dumb. The sand one is fine. The level that you do with Elise in the sand is fine. This one's just weird. And I don't even, like, I like grinding up in the trees, hitting an alternate path by homing attacking, but this never works. I've never been able to stay on that tree. This is not a great level. Sad to say. I think Silver and Shadow have a better version of this level. Because you don't go anywhere that Sonic goes. Quite frankly, that's for the best. So yeah, I think narratively, you probably could have cut that level out. Because I think literally not even like another scene is going to go by. I think we're literally going to just transition into a scene where Elise gets kidnapped. Oh wait, no, we get another sickening scene of the forced Sonic and Elise relationship.
Here. Elise, you should go back to the castle.
Which, by the way, I'm going to be recycling commentary here because I don't remember what I've said and what I haven't said. What was in one of the previous videos and what was in one of the failed recordings from the, the computer that I can't access.
So beautiful.
But the studio that did the cutscenes in this game was Blur Studios, who I think also did Unleashed.
Sonic,
I think they did the
have you
cutscenes for
visited
some of the
many
Halo
wonderful places
games.
Yeah.
Was founded or co-founded by Tim Miller,
Once you defeat
who did
Eggman,
Deadpool,
you'll
and then went
leave
on to produce the Sonic movie, which is pretty interesting. And I think in the credits, I also saw someone named Jeff Fowler in the Blur studio credits who would direct the Sonic movie. I don't know if it's the same Jeff Fowler, but that's a pretty huge coincidence
a girl.
if it's not.
It sounds like being a princess isn't that easy.
It isn't sometimes, but I love this country. Everyone in the castle, the children, all my citizens.
I mean, these cutscenes are probably the only times in the games that Sonic
Same
actually
love
looks good,
My late father and mother had.
which is ironic that he looked so bad in the first
Become a
version of the Sonic
strong
movie.
Who doesn't cry, no matter what happens.
And so, I do my best to protect my country. I understand everything my parents said to me now. Sonic, if you leave here to go on another adventure, remember this place.
God, couldn't they just be like
Definitely.
friends? Did they need to be like romantic, like interests? Couldn't this just be like, yeah, Sonic's a carefree guy, he shows Elise how to,
Sorry,
not worry about things.
I mustn't cry.
But instead it's gotta be like, no, the woman is in love with the hedgehog.
Elise, smile.
So, because this game's story is stupid, we go from that scene immediately to one where Eggman just kidnaps Elise again. What was the point? You could have... Okay, so here's what you could have cut out. You could have cut out the jungle level, the cutscene where they notice the robots and run to the jungle. The jungle level itself, you could have cut to the Elise, smile scene, and then cut to this one. And you would have saved yourself a good, like, 10-15 minutes.
Meet me at the specified point alone at 4 o'clock today. Failure to do so on time will result in my leveling of this city so that nothing but ashes remain.
Also, there is a hideous person in this cutscene. Like, these two women that are near
Miss
Elise are, like, so
I cannot
not
allow
detailed.
harm to come to my
And they just
people.
look so gross.
Miss Elise! It is my
That
duty
one
as
especially. My
Princess of
God,
Solar
what is wrong with her head?
There is no other choice.
And now, in probably the most baffling thing in the game, we are playing as Tails,
Princess Elise went to see
where we
Eggman
have
by
to go
herself. Tails,
replay a
please
level
help
that we
her.
already played. Not only that, it's a level we already played with Tails. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm... Oh, right, I'm showing this. Oh, it's so stupid looking. Even my dog agrees. I don't know if you just heard that, but he agrees that Tails is dumb. Also, after replaying this and replaying this level specifically, I think I can come to the conclusion that out of every single character in this game, out of Sonic, Silver, Shadow, Blaze, Knuckles, Rouge, Omega, and Amy, Tails is 100% the worst character in this game. And I don't think I showed this yet, but this is what happens if you just stop holding any buttons when you're going through one of these ramps. It's so absurd. Like, you don't need any momentum. You're just locked on there. It's so good. But yeah, this is just so strange to me why we're playing through Wave Ocean again. Especially since, as I said, this is a level that Tails was already playable in. Although, if I'm not mistaken, I think every single character, like, every single story has a level where you just play through Wave Ocean again. And I don't quite understand why. I guess they just really, they either really liked this level, or they were just like, I don't know. No, I actually just genuinely can't think of why. This also feels like he's going way too slow to be sticking to this wall. But, it's this game. They don't really particularly care about momentum. So, I think one of the reasons why Tails controls so poorly is that you can kind of control how he is in the air in Sonic Adventure 1. Like, I've never had any issues with how he controls in Sonic Adventure 1. I never felt like I was just going to careen off to my death if I made the wrong move. Also, this happens every single time. So don't press anything. I was pressing up. I'm pressing back right now, and it's still making me go the same direction. That is unexplainable. I can't do that justice. You just have to play that and experience it. I really can't explain what's going on there. But even just the precision of trying to fly into these rings makes me feel like I'm going to die. Tails controls not good. Of course it's bad that you can't angle the camera down to see what's below you, so you just kind of have to guess. It's not good, folks. It's not good. We hate to see it. And yeah, you might be asking yourself, wow, didn't we play as Tails in this exact section already? Yes, we did, actually. So why would the game have us do it again? At least be like, hey, Knuckles plays this part. No. I can't even think of a single reason why Knuckles is in this game, honestly. I mean, I guess, hey, can Knuckles do that? So yeah, I would say Tails by far is the worst to control character in this entire game. And it's just one of those look how they massacred my boy kind of moments. Where it just feels bad. It just feels bad, man. So we are rapidly approaching the end of this. Thank you for tuning back in. Hopefully it wasn't too bad of a waiting in between videos, and thank you for being patient. And I'll see you in the next video, unless my computer blows up or an asteroid hits my house or something like that that prevents me from finishing this yet again.